About 2 years ago, May 17, 2018, my life changed tremendously. My wife and I both welcome into our lives the birth of a baby boy, Louis George Florimond. And the reality of it all is he was born premature, almost 6 weeks, but at the same time, he was born perfect. He came at the right time, and he has been a source of strength and a hope and joy for both my wife, myself, and my entire family. And from the moment he was born, most parents have this ability of looking at their children, and we see in them innate gifts. We see in them geniuses that no one else is able to see. From the time he was born, I began to imagine, I began to dream about what he would become one day. What would he be in terms of vocation, in terms of a person, character? What would he be in terms of calling? Looking at his gifts and his skill sets, I said to myself, maybe an engineer. And anyone who's ever seen him can attest to this. He was born with a muscular structure that is very defined. I said, maybe he's going to be an athlete, or maybe he'll be a third generation pastor. And I looked at him and I see in him greatness. And when I see and think about greatness, the greatness that is inside of him, my mind oftentimes travels to the future. Maybe a future that I myself will not be able to witness with my own eyes. And I say to myself, what will he be? An engineer, a pastor, a doctor, a person of good ethical standard, someone who is honest, a great family man, a good husband, a good father, a great citizen. And as I think of all the things that he could be, not once in all of the time that he has been born have I ever thought that maybe one day he could be murdered. Killed not because of anything that he has done wrong, but simply because of the color of his skin. And the reality of it all is, one day, my fear is that someone will see him and judge him not based on the content of his character, but based on his overtly melanated pigmentation. In other words, his blackness will offend them. And today I'm not coming on to give you encouraging words, but I'm coming on just to maybe offend someone to action. My context is that I pastor a black church here in Florida, and the spectrum of the diaspora of Africa is very large. You've got people who consider themselves black, or those who consider themselves African American. You have people who are from the islands, West Indians. And my passing thought has been that many times, based upon where we come from in terms of our ancestry, will become the deciding factor of whether or not we should be active in this fight against systemic racism. And here's what I want to let someone who is hearing this realize, that it doesn't matter where you hail from. It doesn't matter where your port stop was, or where it was that in fact on this triangular slave trade, you got off the boat. The truth of the matter is, as a result of the color of your skin, to some, you're simply black. And today, whether you're from Jamaica or Haiti or Canada or right here in Florida, someone should realize that all black lives matter. And no justice can be won from the sidelines. Eventually, if we're not actively working together as a people to change our circumstances, my fear is that the next person whose names are in the limelight, whose name is attached with police brutality, might be someone that is closer to home. So I'm calling my members, I'm calling my friends, my circle of friends, my colleagues, to be active, to be a part of the solution, to find ways to be involved in the cause. And the mission is simple. The same mission that Martin Luther King had, that it is time that we hold a mirror to America's face, so that America can see the deficiencies of its character. This might be the land of the free and the home of the brave. This may be the land of opportunity. But until these attributes are universally experienced by all, then America will never be able to live up to its creed that says that all men are created equal. And so my question that I've been pondering is, what will my son be? And my answer simply is this: I may not know what he will be, but I know that as long as I have breath in my body, I will fight that he will not become another statistic. Get involved.